Hello, all commanders, and welcome back to Nikke, Goddess of Victory. Yes, I still want to actually cover this game, in spite of the fact that every time I start, I don't follow through. I mean, I wish I could say that it was always because of life, but if I'm being totally honest, I really just get lazy sometimes. But now we have the best thing to bring me out of my stupor, which is an amazing 2.5 anniversary event featuring the Pilgrim Little Mermaid, and in a week or so, give or take, the Overspec Mihara. So let's first of all talk about the update in and of itself, and we'll get into the weeds of the new stuff that we can access right now because like, all of it is amazing. So, first of all, new Nikkes, of course, SSR Little Mermaid, aka Siren, a pilgrim that we will be summoning in the next Nikke video that I record. Always fun stuff. She's out right now, and then a week as of time of recording, so subtract a few days from that as of time of uploading, I forget the exact time it will be. SSR Mihara comes out. My priority is going to be Siren, just because Siren is peak in every way, but we'll see if we have some resources left over for Mihara. But, you know, we're going to be all in on Little Mermaid, so yeah. We got Cinderella, we gotta give her buddy. And then we have the freebie SSR Mori. You can get her just from literally logging in and from the current story event. We do get enough copies of her to get her up to max level break, and she looks decent. She's a burst 2 Nikke with some defense abilities, and she's a 20-second burst. If she was a 40-second burst, she'd be downright unusable. 20-second burst, that makes her actually okay. So you know what? You get the mark of a usable free-to-play Nikke, which is fine by me. Of course, lots of costumes. We've got the Little Mermaid costume, which I already got. The Grave costume, Cinderella costume, Mihara costume, and costume reruns, all that jazz. If you like skins or you missed a skin, then it's a good time. Now, of course, for story events, we have the Unbreakable Sphere event. That's the Little Mermaid event going on right now. That'll be for about 3 weeks or so. Of course, it's going to detail the story events down there. Looking very forward to trying out that minigame. I have not yet. We have the Killer D storyline now in the archives, which is always fun. That was a good one. Very much love Killer D. Login events and all that jazz. Very nice, very nice. New pass event, Road to Villain, which is like a freebie thing, which is kind of ridiculous, actually. We'll take a look at that in just a second. Some confirmed full burst weekend events, always nice. Rewards from the daily missions, some skill resets. An interesting event here, a 5x5 supplies event, where basically by doing things with Little Mermaid or Mihara, you can get some bonus rewards, which is very interesting. And then speaking of bonus rewards, there are also recruitment rewards, which are basically rebates for actually summoning on Little Mermaid and Mihara. So, big times, big times, big times indeed. We do have a solo raid planned here. It does not give specifics, but it's obvious that it's going to be Gluttony, the so-called cutest rapture. What one man's cutest rapture is this man's blobfish from hell, but you know what, to each his own. I'm not going to question the devs. Whatever. To each their own, I suppose. Union raids, coordinated operations, all that good stuff. Reshuffling of arena groups. I've never once in my life seen my arena group shuffled. I'm always stuck with the same whales, but it's fine. Simulation overclock mode, all that jazz. Nothing else too crazy there. As far as general gameplay stuff, we've got 2 new story chapters. I'm looking very forward to plowing into that. Some new lost sectors for rewards, a new Harmony cube. We'll see if it's anything crazy. Increased tribe tower levels. Yeah, I'm really excited about, you know, floor 1,500 when I only just recently beat floor 400. We will be aspiring to that, I suppose. added the minigame in the mirror to the arcade. I'm very much looking forward to replaying Hollow Cinder. Or what did I call it in my video? Hollow Nikke Cinder Song, I think I called it. Because honestly, it is a genuinely peak minigame, and it's even got some gem rewards, so I will be plowing into that faux show. Anything else crazy? That's just kind of going over more of the passes, yada yada yada, all that jazz. So, let's actually get into the weeds now that we've gone through all the words. First of all, we do have, of course, Siren available right now. We do get a free summon of Siren every day, and we will get a free summon of Mihara every day once she comes out in a week's time. Now, if we go to the left here, we have recruitment benefits. Every time you summon a Little Mermaid, it will contribute to these, which will give you some resources for upgrading treasures, as well as recruitment tickets. Now, this confused me at first. Took me a second to read into it. When it says, like, recruit 20 times and 40 times, the way it works is you do your 20 recruits first, and that's done. And then level 2 here effectively starts at 0. So then you do 40. So to get through 1 and 2 technically is a total of 60 recruitments. So just kind of keep that in mind. It's not like you don't go to 40 and then get all this loot. I wish. That would be a little insane. No, it's like 20, 60, 100... 140, 180, etc, etc, etc. But hey, freebies are freebies. Fine by me. Because Lord knows there will be some summons in the very near future for this absolutely delightful Nikke. If we go into the events here, we'll see that 5x5 event they talked about. This is an interesting one because it's basically just a bunch of free loot that you get. It says it's like supply boards. So okay, first of all, we have missions. We have obtaining Little Mermaid, getting her Little Mermaid skills powered up, reaching high bond levels with Little Mermaid, increasing her tier, or her collection item levels, increasing her equipment, and then the same stuff with Mihara after the fact. Now, what this has here, if we take a look at the list, we've got custom modules, we've got skills, we've got skill manuals, and some upgrades and credits. However, we also do have resupply rewards, which I am assuming, and that's a big word there, is assuming, is like when you clear the board? Because it's 5x5, so that's 25 total. And there are quite a lot of tickets in here, so I'm assuming, you know, there's more than 25 in there. I also see the Fever Ready thing, which makes me almost wonder if that's supposed to speed it up in a way. Full disclosure, this one's going to take a little bit of trial and error for me to fully understand it. But hey, free loot is free loot, and it looks like you can even get some free, free materials, free advance vouchers, and it looks like even some free gear, which I am A-okay with. Love to get those overload gear boxes. Big fan of that. Next, we have the Road to Villain. It's structured like a pass, but it's not, which is a pleasant surprise. It's completely free. Themed around Drake. Now, here's the thing with this. I have a teensy-weensy bit of bad news for myself. I already have Drake max cord and treasured and everything. Like, my Drake is one of, if not my strongest, yeah, second strongest Nikke in my roster here, second only to Cinderella, which is a little bit humorous. However, the good news of that is, not only do I get to put those resources towards other Nikkes, all the resources here, but if you take a peek at the missions, there are challenges here. Lots of challenges. And some of those challenges are around Drake, around powering Drake up. And I've got her maxed the frick out. So, yeah. We're doing very well. We're going to go ahead and collect all that. Oh, we went to level 34 already. Good times, good times. Let's trigger these weeklies here. Yes, please. And then that's our daily. We are already up to level 39. So we made it all the way down here, almost to level 40, but not quite. We'll hit the claim all. Ooh, okay, so yeah, Drake unfortunately got mulched, but that's just that. But look at all this loot. We've got skill manuals, we've got code manuals, we've got stuff to upgrade gear, we've got treasure materials. Ooh, it's a good day. It's a dang good day. And then the cool thing is, like I said, this event is completely free to play, and it doesn't have an event end. I mean, I'm sure it will technically end at some point, but if they haven't said yet, so we can assume that it'll probably be for the next year at least. They tend to make these events last for a while. So yeah. And of course you can get lots of breaks, lots of materials, and even if you didn't want to power up Drake, you can use these materials on anybody else you want. Although, honestly, in my personal opinion, Drake is worth it, especially post-treasure. Post-treasure Drake actually cooks surprisingly well. I'm just gonna throw that little tidbit out there. So yeah, that is that. Of course, we do have all the passes and stuff with the grave skin here, which, I mean, yeah, that's pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty amazing. Oh, am I missing anything here? I think I've covered the vast majority of it. TLDR, tons of good stuff, tons of good free loot. Good times. Very good times. Next video we do, which will be 5 minutes for me, a few days for y'all, is going to be doing lots and lots and lots of summons on Siren, because I would love to get a cranked up to the max brand new burst 1 that I can shove onto my main team. And Siren looks like she's going to fit that bill real nicely. But we will get to that when we get to that. I think that about covers it. Of course, we've got all the story stuff over the next couple weeks. Very much excited to see how that wraps up with Gluttony. And yeah, probably in the future we'll see about doing maybe some videos on, or a video on the solo raid with Gluttony. It looks like it's going to be Fire Code week, just because all the teasers have it enshrouded in green. So I'm assuming it's a wind code that's weak to fire week, which that's wind code that's weak to fire. Mostly because I think Mahara is a fire code and she's an attacker. So just a little food for thought here there. If you have not already, get your fire code Nikkes ready to rock, including unlimited to Drake. So you know, little thought there. But yeah, we will leave it at that. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and we shall see you next time. Have a good one.